If we would, I'd like to start out very much like I did, start out just the same way we would if we had a group of athletes. So if you are, I turned 60 this year, so I understand, and I've had 17 surgeries, so both hip replaced, 8 knee surgeries, but everything that can be broke has been broke. But, so I don't do all the things always right, but the thing is, what I want to do is I want to put you into a warrior pose. So those that can, just come forward into this tight area, and I'll go through some things in warrior pose. And all what you do while you're doing this is just light stretch right here, and then what Coach just did, take an S grip on knuckle grip, put it down on the ground, put your head and chest up, and then rotate up. A couple of these, and then just switch feet, do it again, same kind of thing. But again, you're picking up that lift motion, and it's all rotational, okay? That's how coming some of these are snap it pretty easy, okay? While you're doing that, if you are knee challenged, then just slide to the back and then stand. It's okay, I get it, okay? I'll send this around. I think that what you want is you want a roadmap. This is my roadmap. It goes everywhere I go. It's my notebook, and just it has the things in it that I need to make me a little stronger, okay? So I'll send that around too, Coach, and then take a look, anything we need. So what I want to do right now is just work through this. What do we got? E? Okay. And D? Demonstrate. I? Imitate. Right? And then finally P. Yeah. So what we're looking at is, oh, let me go back. So we want to do this today. I'm going to run through a few things with you real quick, and then we're going to get into it. And those that are around me most time, you know I work out a workshop model. I don't bring you in and out because I don't think I have time. So I want to show this to you because this is the basis of everything I try to do within our national teams and our development teams. Level 1 work is defending. You defend. I mean, again, Coach Struck and I was talking this morning, of the 5 things I try to follow almost every day is, first one is survival. Getting your athletes to survive internationally, nationally. You know, kids tell you they don't want to wrestle Greco because they're afraid of getting thrown. Well, let's get them to not be thrown first. That's the first thing, right? Don't let them get thrown. Start teaching them. It's like walking a kid over to the pool and go, let's go swimming. I don't know how. Well, let's do it anyway. We do that in Greco, okay? Let's teach them a few strokes, if nothing else, how to dog paddle first, and they survive. And then we'll go to stability, then we'll go from there. So the first thing is control, center, and deny. The first time you take a kid to an international style event, he gets ran out of bounds 3 times. It's like, yeah, stay in. You told him to stay in, but did you show him how to stay in? And that's what we got to do, okay? Without getting killed, okay? That's the other trick. So, and then we move into counter ties, movements, angles, counter attacks, and then we get into attacking. Create and reload attacks, finishing scores. And again, 2 things when your athletes go to college they can't do. They can't get off bottom, and they can't score a finishing takedown. Okay, they can get in on it, okay? So like they can walk into a bank and pull a gun and go, I'm here. But then the world turns really fast after that. The FBI shows up and bad things happen, right? So the deal is that you got to figure it out, all right? They're amused over there, I'm telling you. So the deal is that this is the chain that I'm always working on. So when we talk about leveling up, I have an exacting way that I'm going to level you up as an athlete. We need to provide them a path, okay? If you hire a guide to take you up Everest and they don't know how to get out of the bottom chasms, then don't go on that excursion. That's going to turn out bad, okay? So this is what we do, all of us in this room. We take folk style and freestyle baseline performances, and then we work into Greco, okay? So we do Greco intro clinics, technical workshops, and we're going to do more of a technical workshop today, and then RTC training. What you guys do in your clubs makes the difference because it's habit forming, okay? And over here, it's learn Greco, learn to train, repeat intentional actions through your workshops, train to compete, train to medal. And at the end of the day, we hope to get them out here or get them somewhere into a training situation where they were the #1 or #2 in the nation and they got to go on a trip, okay? So, you see this over on the bulletin board. These are a 5, and we want neutral push, angle attacks, bottom, and top pressure. Coach Limlin just knocked that out of the park this morning, right? Just good stuff right there. So this is what he worked on, that deny, defend, destroy. He showed you how to destroy that part of it. So he did all this top pressure 3D work, lift, two-direction work, okay? And then finally standing fall work and finish. Fall work is pinning, and it's also getting thrown, getting into a cartwheel situation. On my way down, I'm planning on how to do bad things to you. You're gonna throw me and I'm gonna pin you. That's my job. So you throw me, I get my feet set on the far side of this throw that I can control, and then I attack you immediately, okay? Just what he did today with the gut wrench, and then you jump off the load, reset your feet, turn back into it, okay? Because of the 5, if the first one is survive, the second one is stability, the third one is security. Security comes, people, I'm working with an athlete about 2 months ago, and the athlete doesn't turn on top, doesn't even try. And I'm like, why didn't you try to turn him? He goes, Coach, he was in camp. He was in camp with us. And every time I turned him, he got on top of me. That's security, okay? You're developing skills that people, if they don't do their offense on you, then you win. And if you don't have to stop their offense, that's bonus. That's 2,600 years ago, Sunza. That's art of war stuff right there, okay? So then, these are the 5 we're looking for. This is a very common thing. This was in Fargo this year, okay? And Joe, where you at?
Yeah.
You can thank Jen for that picture, okay? Appreciate her, always. But this is pretty typical. Underhook, the other guy gets head position on you. This is, Coach, I'm here, I get to an underhook, and then he fights head position, and I get here. The only thing I've got that's good right now is his wrist. That's the only thing I got that's good. Everything else is bad. So why would I stay here? But you know what we do? We're trying to get in here, you know? And then he ends up throwing you in an offside headlock or something bad. And it's because we're in here fighting out of a bad spot. Why would I do that? He's got good head position. If I do nothing more than pull this hand down and go right here, I'm in a really good position. Always fight to good. Don't hang in bad. We all know, you can see it. Your kids get caught up in one of these hanging positions, you're like, come on, move, oh, it's too late. Okay? So, the thing I love about Greco is the lessons are immediate, and there's an immediate consequence you're going to remember. Okay? Because normally it means your feet are up in the air and you're going down. So, it's a great learning tool. So what we're trying to do is deny, defend, counter, and offense, and work up through that cycle most of the time. Defense is what will keep your kids alive long enough to keep wrestling. Okay? One of the biggest things I did in high school wrestling is I just made sure that my kids didn't get pinned. I tried to pin-proof them as much as I could. And there's multiple levels of pin-proofing. But once you get them to where they don't get pinned, they wrestle for 6 minutes. And now they got a chance of getting better. Okay? If they go out and they get pinned in the first 30 seconds, they just know they suck. Okay? But if you can get them past that, then they'll find out that they're really not as bad as they think they are. Okay? So, this is what the leveling up is. Defense always, offensive counters, and then chaining offense. The top end of countering is offensive countering. Because that's when you make it your move. If I step in to throw you this direction and you counter lock me, lift me, and throw me back that way, that became your move. That's 4 points you. If I take off this way and then you bury me down this way, that's 2 for you because it's a counter. We don't want just a counter. We want an offensive counter. Make it your move because then you're more in control of it. Remember, it's always about you control you first, and then you work towards a predicament scale of controlling them. As soon as I can really control them, then I'm going to set tempo and pace, and I'm going to dominate that match at my will. Okay? And that's the third line right up here. It's offensive chain. So what we're looking at is first target, best tie, setup. So this is the one thing I want you to really pick up from me right now, is first target, best tie, setup. Because here's the thing, we can control this. And this is what you can evaluate your athletes on. If you look in that notebook, I have a system that we break down where the athletes tell me what their primary move is, what their secondary, and then what their push out is, what their one throw is. And so I own 4 things on them. And then when I look at film, I'm looking for those 4 things. Are you doing the things you're working on? Because if you're not, then what are we doing? We're wrestling that guy's match. And that's going to turn out bad for us. So, initiate risk, best tie, and first contact. So now, it's all about getting to first contact. Whether you're defense, offense, or counter, it doesn't matter. You want to get to first contact. Do not let the match come to you. And then best tie. But you've got to give your kids targets. Where do you want your hands to be? Okay? So we're going to work on that today. And then, this is where we want to get to. We want to get to vertical defense. Look at this spacing that's right here. That's the shield you want to put up. That's a defensive shield, all right? So this is where we're going to work out of today, is out of this spot, and in order to get to there, and that lets us go vertical lifting. You can go from here to here really quick, but if you're all bent over at the waist, you can't get there. If you can wrestle here, you can rotate and you can lift. As soon as you do this, you have trouble rotating and you really have real trouble lifting, okay? So, that's our goal. Neutral push, capture ties, finish the match with that. Everyone knows two-on-one offense. Well, these are the 9 things I can do out of 5 areas with a 2-on-1. And I know there's more. These are the basics though. So if I get really good in a 2-on-1, one thing I have to know is opposite side underhook when he changes head position. But if I can get these down, look at how much offense I'm generating. Now, is a 2-on-1 better than an underhook? I would argue yes. Why am I arguing that right now? Because I'm talking about push. If you push in an underhook, you are going to go for rides. Maybe not today, but it's coming, okay? So, don't push out an underhook, pull, all right? Once you capture, then pull. But when we push, let's just push. And what we want to do a lot in America is we want to do both. So, if you go back and you watch Carella, and he went 7 years without giving up an offensive score. So, 7 years, I did say that. So, if you look at pictures of him, every time he has hands, his head is up. Look at that angle. He has hands, good angle. As soon as you have his hands, head comes in, he starts throwing defense on you. Head, hands, forearms, hips. Okay? So, Greco-Roman scores are behind you. They're behind you. So we want to get to everything that goes here, here, get into those motions. So, number 1 way to get there, push. Okay? Because if you push, good things happen. Alright? Because you force them, you make them zone conscious, they'll do whatever you want. Okay? They become predictable. So, hop walk. This is why we start here. Because my shoulders are over my hips and I've got good power here. I can do amazing things even from here to here because my upper torso is in good alignment. As soon as we start wrestling here, we can't do those things. Okay? So, these are some targets we're going to hit today. And we'll go to work on those. That's a lot of stuff. But you have to understand how we're thinking first. Any questions? Let's have some fun. Okay? So what we're going to do, the first thing I need you to do is I want 2 groups, and if we need to go to 3, that's okay. You can spread out a little bit. But get into the zone on these 3 mats right here. Okay? So I'm going to do something really, I'm going to use this circle so we can do it. We're just going to go a light movement warm up, and all it is, we're going to go in counterclockwise, and all I'm going to do is, I'm just going to start out in the jog, and all I'm working for is just throwing back step. And then, not looking behind me, but looking behind me this way and reading where I'm at on the mat. Okay? We are 70% visual dominant. So that means we want to see it. And so in 3 and 4, we go knee over toe, action, everything I'm getting to see everywhere I'm going. Remember the scores are behind us. So we take a lock, and we throw backwards. We got to trust. Well, we've got to teach our athletes basic positioning of trust. Where did I get this? Outside source, educational source. My plate. Okay? I live in his basement, by the way. So, bottom line is, he's opened up his home to me. It's Taba's become home with bears and bobcats and deer in the yard. Everything's awesome. So it's pretty cool. I'm hardly ever there, but when I am, it's home. It's awesome. So we spend a lot of 2 o'clock in the mornings. Okay? Like I've had with a lot of guys in this room. So the deal is that what you want to do is you want to be able to, so do this. Give me your knee leg, just slightly put it forward. And all I want you to do is I want you to throw 1 shoe only. It's just this right here, that's a back step. So hit 2 of those and come right back. That's it. Throw hard, here's the reason. Whoever's teaching this, please stop. Because that's unreal. Because once I lock with somebody, they're putting weight down on me. There is no hop up on 2 feet and throw a back step. Now, I can do a cross step and get to here pretty fast, and then be going the other direction. But I've got the level change to make that happen, okay? But what we want to be able to do is go here and just take a back step here and back step here. Now I'm going the direction I want to go. Now I can throw off that. So all rotational throws are based off this premise. So it's a pivot. So put your knee leg down, pick your trail leg up. Now throw it. So pick it up one more time. Now throw it. Now you're really good at this. Get 2 of those. The more that you're upright, the more you stop and all. As soon as I bend at the chest, I'm all over the place. And that means you have no balance in the backside of your motion. If I go here, so now if you can jump off the backside of that, then your feet are set. The reason why most Americans want to do an outside spin is just this motion right here. I'm totally outside. Where's my lift? If wrestling stance motion, over change, penetration, lift, back, step, back, arch, where's my lift here? There's no lift. That's just tear the arm off and hope it works. Okay? That's also an easy one to defend. Okay? We do it because we have to set our feet. If I load this, I go here. Now I've loaded it. My feet have to be set. And Americans don't practice it enough to make that set piece. You want to help us? This is how you help us. Right here. So twice. Do a level change, back step, jump. If you can jump immediately, then your feet are in the right spot. You can't jump immediately. Just realize this. If my lines are defense, it's head, hands, arms, and hips. What coach said today is, as soon as I turn my back on him, my lines of defense are gone. Okay? I was in Manchester, England, and 70 UWF officials said, why are we giving such easy slips? Where is the risk? Are you freaking kidding me? Where's the risk? I walk up to my opponent, I turn my back to him fully. Is there more risk than this? What do you want more? You want some blood? I mean, come on. You're like, that is risk. No kidding. Every time you turn your back, you're taking a risk. Okay? That's why we don't do it very often. But when we do, magic happens. Because you gotta take that risk. Alright? So, that's the basics. Now the way that you're going to get this in this is that we're jogging and it's a one-step throw. Do not throw both feet. It's not this. It's not that. Because that lead step in, where's the score behind you? If you lead step in, how do you get drive going that way? In a perfect world, I want to push you, you push me, now step, now throw. That's the perfect world. So, I'm pushing, but I'm going to throw one shoe. One shoe. So, 2 commands going to happen here as a warm-up. It's going to be jog, and we'll just go super light jog, okay? And then we're going to back step. On back step, you're going to go, so it's going to be like this, jog. Back step. And then we're going to jump. Direction you're facing, now you know, mark. Here's the other thing we got to get. Everybody do this. Take your shoulders, put them behind your hips. Right? That's where we want to get you. Now, I've got to fix my position. How do I do that? It's not pull my head back. When you do that, you load yourself on him. That's what I want my opponent to do. Go here, now walk your feet backwards. See, I go from here back to good with my feet. It's not this. You do that, boom. I pick you up. I set you on your feet. I get thrown. It is this. Boom. So you're going to run your feet backwards. So do this 3 or 4 times to get used to it. Throw, reload. You're going to fix your chest position by running your feet underneath you again. So you're going to pick that up by back step. Direction you're facing, mark. Because what do you have to do to get that done? You got to throw your hips behind your shoulders. Okay? Here we go, let's play. Jog. Back step. Direction you're facing, mark. Lead to that mark, lead to that mark. Back step. Figure out where you are on the mat based on forward. Get comfortable with this. Direction you're facing, mark. Don't go early. Just know you're going to throw your hips on mark. Ready? Back step. start out with that as a warm-up, and it's 2 commands. The only thing is it leads us into chain wrestling. Because you always know where the next piece of the chain is. And you have to think that out, okay? So, if you get your athletes thinking, all right, I'm here, where am I going next? Okay? And not 3 down the line, just 1. Just 1. So, that's what we want to get to. We'll work on that. Let's see if this will work through this. So, okay. First one you see on there, it says, don't stand over knee leg. We're going to work on that. That's okay, coach. Yeah, because this is what you have to be doing right there. Forward jog. Now, there's several other levels you can do with this, you know. For example, I can jog here. Now I can do a back step and go here. And now I'm just going to bowl this arm up. Then I jog, and I back step. Then I bowl this arm. And that puts me in this mode of, well, I'm walking back, throw. Now I can take that guy with me. Okay? That's where we're kind of trying to get to. It will take some time to do. But it starts by just simply jogging backwards, level change, backwards roll, level change, forward roll. Okay? Alright. Get down. There it is. Same kind of thing, dynamic movements. We learned this, it's great. But how many times is it not dynamic? Once you start, it's like everyone can get to a single leg. Once you get to the single leg, that's when the fight starts, right? So if you're not in great position, head up, butt down, hands low where you need them, you're about to get to here. So same thing in Greco, just more dynamic. Okay? Hit it. One more. All right, I'm going to show this one, but I was going to take you over there, and there's not on my plan. And there's a lot of wall there. There's not much wall here. Coach, can I use that wall? Sorry. This is a wall push. And this does the opposite of what I just showed you with the here to here. Now I'm hard push. Now I go here. And all it is trying to get your chest on the other side of your hips. Because if I can be here, we're working, and all of a sudden I get a halfway capture position. I loaded coach. Okay? But I don't load him by trying to get into him as much as I now. But we gotta get to that movement and feel good about it. So it's just push and then throw your feet to the wall and then fix it. When you get your athletes doing that, remember, we should be making between 17 and 35% mistakes. When you're hitting stuff at pace, you'll see a lot of mistakes. So to be this, you get caught in your heels. Okay, gotta get my heels up. They will fix it, not you, they will. Any questions on that? Important, go. All right, next one's lateral. So we're gonna do ghost work to start with. So all it is go to a square stance. Okay? Now we know, this is because I'm looking for angles. Our number 2 thing is angles. If you're trying to get to angles, this is the best way to get to angles. You go here, you're more south wrestling. Okay? If I get to here, I'm super strong this way. Okay? Right? Now, I want to go from here to north-south. Step back. Now, if you want to be able to throw during the entire match, then lead your lead leg as much as you can. I watched last night, Coach and I watched one yesterday for 5 or 6 times. An Iranian won it last year at Junior Worlds. He led really hard with his left leg, very seldom brought his right. But all of his offense came off of outside wrist, and 2-on-1 this side led into another. That's his whole series. Hit it 4 times, scored 12 points. World champion. Okay? That's what we want to get to. So, here, let's go here. Low change down, chest up, and just do a back step. And then sword fight. Here. Turn it mild painless. Not bad painless, mono. 1 foot. Because, watch, I come in, as I go out, whoop, they don't see that coming. Okay? Coach change. I push coach. Coach pushes back. I go, 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 go. It's this. I push. You push. All it takes is that much. 1 foot. If you have to move 2 feet, he feels it. You can't have him feel it. Gab and grab. Style of fighting, right? Israeli. Okay? It's used in street fighting, defense. Okay? We have a scale. -5 is you're fully tricked. You're walking down the street, talking to a friend, someone comes flying out of the alley, bam! Hits you. You're like, you go to the ground, you get back up, I'm gonna fight. Okay? You're a little late to it, but yeah. That's a -5. Hey, I'm in a tough airport. Got your head on a swivel a little bit. Okay? Now if someone comes up out of the woodwork, they look like they're coming at you, that better be a 2. And a 2 is like, hey, 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 bam! Okay? I'm gonna go this, and then I'm gonna club right before you get to me. Because what I do, I minimize my surprise. What we want to do is maximize your surprise. Not having feelings, not having to see the change. Okay? So that's why I do this again. Here, back step. Now step. Now walk back. Now hit your back step. Go, come on. Come on, hit it. You can't decide in your head. Right. What you want your athletes to do is be on the retreat when they throw it. That's the best it's going to get. Okay? So now let's say I'm going to do some body attack. I push, coach pushes back on me. He pushes. I will get deeper that way than I ever will trying to go after it. And this is one of the big mistakes we make. This. Lead leg, lead hand, underhook. That's hidden throw is what that is. It's not just a stupid throw. It's like, bam! And then do a forehand. You need it. So, but we've got to have this. So now all we're going to do is we're going to hide out it, but it's going to be backwards, then it's just going to be right there. Just one, your back step just bends. The least amount you can do to get into your movements, the less that guy's going to feel. So play that way. Start square, level change down, back step in, come back, catch. Look at the direction you're going. That's what you want your athletes to go. Now, when you go stroke and do it, they start throwing themselves. So it's like this. I go here, I go back step, I walk in here, I catch, walk, 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 throw. Catch, right here. Okay? We don't have to do that yet. But get your athletes to it. Walk back, gather, throw. And all it is once they put their feet back together, that's when they learn when to throw. Don't throw from stagger, throw back from square. And they will learn. I catch, boom, 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 right here. And they got it. You can show it to them, they want to feel that. Once they feel it by themselves, they're in control of them, they can start throwing other people.
Coach Man, you want to demonstrate with me? Okay. Yeah, that's crash pad.
I don't ever use a crash pad, but I like it. Okay.
You can throw it in the crash pad so you can save them.
So I'm here. Well, I gotta make the crash pad, right?
Yeah.
So over here I push, coach pushes, and I go right here. Boom, boom. That's all I'm looking for. Just to get to that point. Like Coach Lindland said, always get to good. That's 6 down. My high school coach used to always say, periscope up, always in trouble. Periscope down, never in trouble. Put your periscope down. And not to receive. Okay, now we're in partner. Now all it is he leads, your lead.
Right hand forward?
No, your lead.
Okay.
Okay, there it is. My lead. Left, right, no problem. Push. I get stuck in the spot. Circle to his trail. Because it makes him move his back foot. And that takes away some of the pressure. Now to do that, let's do this. Pushing. What do I do with my lead leg? Bring it back. Now I walk. Do that slow and feel the pressure release. You're gonna be in a lot of pressure right here, okay? Right here. So, go to stagger now. Come on. Go to stagger. Hard push, you get stalemate. Take this foot back, now the lateral. You're always back stepping into your lateral or back stepping into your forward back. The key, don't knee step. Now you get thrown. Now, get a partner, play. You better clean up my throats. Mike, can I borrow you? Wait, can I borrow you? Great, good job. Any questions off that? Yeah, stay out, stay out. Because you get to a spot where you can see we're good. All right, we're going to do a drill that probably the group that does it most is the Indians. And India has come so far. It's amazing. This body position is so good. So one of the drills they do is they do a pummel with a V block. So everybody get your V blocks up, because you're freestyle, folk style guys. Okay? Bottom right there. Your V block. Okay? We're V block. I'm not choking at all. Really not. Okay? So, but I'm V block. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna V block, and all we're gonna do is go inside position. Go. Just V block only, right at the bottom. 1, 2, play. Nothing else but V block. Nothing else but V block. You're gonna have to fix your hips to do this. Great! What are you pushing with? Your hips. Your hips are what you're pushing with. When you level change, it's about your hips level changing, not your head. That's a huge mistake. Because now my energy is drained back down towards the mat. I don't want to be here. I want to be here. So, give you the speed block. Next one's a little tougher. Okay? Go slow with this one to start with. It's forearms down. So now we're only touching forearms. So go here. I want to stay off of his shoulder. He wants to stay up mine. Let's work. And decide where you're at. It's about one of the pieces you have to have. You got to get really good with this forearm defense. Okay? You got to get really comfortable with what your feet are doing, maintaining this ability. There's a lot of our pummel. This doesn't have anymore. This will go away. Okay? So nobody trades off anymore. My hands are just lower than my kill box. Kill box is here, hands on the lower side of that. Why not higher? Because as soon as you put pressure out here, you get thrown. Drop spin, load spin, headlock. You can headlock from here. This is drop spin. That's all right. This is better than you have more. Go play. Yes,
I got one more. The elbows. So I try to do this for our kids. Sometimes they think they bring their elbows back past this line. The underhook hip.
Right.
Do they come? Do your elbows end up coming?
Well, you bring up a great point. As soon as you do this, as soon as you start this, you're giving away underhooks like it's pretty candy. Make him extend himself. If we're here fighting, and coach wants an underhook, you fight, see my underhook right there? Yeah, I got something waiting for him. Okay? And all I'm gonna do is throw heels between his legs. That's all I'm gonna do. Nothing fancy, but this is the problem. We're already penetrating. Wrestling is supposed to be stance, motion, level change, penetrate, lift, back, step, back, arch. Penetration's already happened. His head's on that side of me, my head's on this side. Yeah. If we're pushing here, goes vertical drop. Yep. Now watch this. Push again. Vertical drop is straight down. It is not this, because you can feel that. If this guy fights in, and I feel his head there, it's... I'll play that game. That's like a knockoff or a drag. It just opens up the next thing I want. Go play with this. One more time here. Everything with your hands at all. Just your forearms. Because you can't do this like with your hips. 1, 2, play. Like yell at me on time. Great! Great job. Let's give you a target now. Target is, take your lead leg, put it forward. Take your lead hand, put it down over top of your lead foot, turn it down about 5 o'clock, if you're right handed. If you're Rico, and you're left, you're gonna put it down about 7:30, okay? And the reason why you turn that finger down is you want the palm up underneath coach's rib. Because now what's gonna happen is coach is pushing me, he's bigger, stronger. So now I start elevating. Elevate that rib. Don't do it very long. It's like kicking a turbo. Your gas gauge goes whoop, okay? It's the antithesis of what Coach Lynn was talking about today, about conserving energy. But there comes that time where you just got flat meat force. This is one great way to do it. Okay? So here's what you do. To learn this to start with, is put your hands where we want. And then all I want coach to do is grab my hands. Okay? Go. What you'll find is, as coach comes back to get my hands, he brings his head back. Pull hands, reload. You can take ground pretty easy with this. Watch what the Europeans are doing. They're bouncing this.
Even when I had his hand, I was back. I felt the heat there.
And now, you're forcing, here's the trick. Coach is way too big for me to go. But I can do this all day. I pull towards me, because now I get to reload. See how fast I get to reload? You just go get the point. Go play. This is a little harder to play. Here we go. Try to get his hand. Come on around. Come on, bicep. Freestyle and grappling. Does anybody know the three? Number one is universal and total wrestling. That's the reason why when you take a guy down, you can't take him down a parterre and just look up at the ref and go, I want to get back up. And you can't legally get off him. That's bad wrestling, right? So that can be, it can be fleeing a hold, it can be, because what are they saying to you? Action, action, okay? You're supposed to wrestle on top. It's not, well, I'm not very good on top, so I'm just not going to wrestle. You're supposed to be a universal wrestler. You're supposed to be a total wrestler. A universal wrestler says that you have a wide variety of actions and moves at your disposal that you can use at any given time. This is one of the tools in your toolbox. This is a tool to be broke out maybe 2 or 3 times for 4 or 5 seconds. This is kicking a turbo. Okay? But at some point what you're looking for is, how do I get to my top? This is keeping your hands clean and a hard push while you get to your top. That's what this is. This is not a tactic to push him out or anything like that. That's the night. So, but that's universal wrestling. Total wrestling is, I can wrestle neutral, top, and bottom. I should be good in all 3 of those. And that's one philosophy. Number 2 philosophy now is passivity. Passivity, negative wrestling. That's the reason why they interjected more of that as we've gone through this quad. Okay? And then finally the third one is the caveat. That's risk. Who is taking risk? Now, if you take risk, we reward you. If you slip, we bring you back up. Can you slip in parterre? Sure you can. Yeah. I can slip. I can go underneath you. You did nothing. I just went underneath you and I turned down. That's not a reversal. That's a, oh God, look what I found. Underneath the seat. That's a quarter. Okay? No. You don't get to keep the quarter. You gotta give it back. We're back our feet. Because you didn't do it. What universal wrestling, what international wrestling is all about, is about risk reward and technical merit. Did you technically do something? So that's why you cannot slip to your back and you can't slip out of bounds. Because that's a bad technical merit. Okay? So, questions? Alright, so we're staying with those 3. What I want to do right now is below the elbow work. So now you're taking your 2-on-1, your best 2-on-1. I don't care if it's an over tie lock or another, it doesn't matter, man. Get to your best 2-on-1, but it's below the elbow only. Do not touch your butt. Here's the deal. Coach is bigger, stronger than me. I'm not going to do this with you. Because I may be halfway strong, but as soon as he clears this wrist, and he will clear this wrist, because he'll go get the reinforcer, just what he just did. He can't do it by himself. But as soon as he brings his cavalry over here, and brings it down and attacks my wrist, he gets in an instant underhook. And we give these things away. Now if you hit an arm spin on that, you're doing something because it's his time. Now I can't hit an arm spin, but the way I do it is, I go here, go below the elbow. Now pull it tight. See how there's no gap in my elbow now? But as soon as you go above the elbow, even when you tell your kids to pull their elbow back, they're what coach is saying. Elbow's behind my line right now. It's not in front, but watch this. Now it's back in front. Now coach clears it. He gets it. He's trying to get an underhook, and the underhook is not there until I want it to be. I'm gonna throw. You determine when he gets his underhook. Now I can't. Because that's that little crud moment. Where all of a sudden the truck starts rolling, you reach up and grab the little crud while you're flipping around. Okay, so what we want to do now is 2-on-1, below the elbow. Work your wrist and hands back in tight. Just work here. That's it, play. Get good at this. This will save your kids' lives. Here's the deal. Don't take capture position until it's time to capture. And once you start calling it a capture position, you will think differently. This is how we wrestle. We get here, we're all pretty happy here. See, coach is cheating like hell. Because he's doing it right. Alright? I can't control coach's elbow here. As soon as he does this, I love this stuff. Because this is this. I got everything I want in life. You can't wrestle like that. When it's time to push, push. When it's time to grab, grab. But don't mix it. So here, do this. Take your hands together like this. Now you slide your hands together. Tell yourself how to do that one. Okay? This is not good. This to this. Quit wrestling in between. This is how you get killed. This is like, ready? Run out in the middle of the road. Okay, don't finish. Ram! Okay? When you kick off, keep going. Don't stop. And don't try to turn around and come back either, because that normally gets you killed. Alright? It's about committing to your task, and I'm here to push you and create angles. And then, I'm going to take the capture position. So the first capture position we're going to take is just a knockdown to a 2-on-1. So I start at my target, he starts to push, and I take this arm, knock it down. All I'm doing is knocking and catching. But it's not a drag. It's a I'm going to it. So in slow motion, it's this to a knockdown to a step to here. It is not, don't do this. Play this game for a second. Lock here, now stance, now pull and push. See, that's what we'll learn really quick out of this game. You'll learn you can push and pull, but when you pull, if the guy knows what he's doing, this elbow's coming to you. Right there. That's what happens in that other part. Okay? So, if I'm here, I want to knock this down and get to it. I don't want to knock it down and pull my shoulder back, because he'll step outside of me, and now I'm done. Okay? That's what gets people beat. Now, go! Try to get there as fast as you can. 1, 2. Go. Don't drag. Get angle. Wait until I push. You don't push on me. Try popping with your hips. Make you go sideways. I'm here. I knock it down. Make you go sideways. Try to hit it. Make you go sideways. Then you'll have to chase to get back in on it. Play one time each hard. See how? Here? Yeah. It was for me that whole high school. It's very hard to counter when you're going sideways. Just want to get out of there. I'm driving into the zone. Yeah, a little bit, but it's yes. Break! Yes. Show me what push looks like. I'm pushing a car. This is what it looks like. Okay? Show me what capture looks like. Now I lift and it's all backwards. Now hit 3 of those and plug it in your head and then get your athletes in the back. When you're watching film with them, you're going, what are you doing here? I was pushing, coach. You were pushing? That does not look like a push. This looks like a pull. Okay? This looks like a push. This looks like a capture. I love still photography because it certainly doesn't lie. And in every still photography, in every still photo you find, you'll find a winner and a loser. The notebook I had before that one, I carried for 16 years. It had a picture on it, out of Pan Am's. And it was a picture that I found. I could not figure out who was winning that position. It is so rare. It is so rare. I carried that picture for 16 years. And then my notebook got disintegrated. I tried to frame it, it even broke. I'm looking for another photo though. And I'm going to find that one and I can't figure out who's winning. But in every photo, there's somebody winning. Level change, direction, orientation, power, whatever it might be. This one was here. And I just couldn't see. Their both heads were up. They were both in a tough spot. They were awesome. That's wrestling. So, right now, 3 pushes by yourself, 3 captures by yourself. It's here, and then it's here. And get good at it. Go. If you get fast, start hitting the angle. Push, angle, capture. Push, angle, capture. Hit it. That's what push looks like. You push. where not very long. That's not a good position. Think of it this way, coach. Go hard square.
Hard square.
No, just saying it. You lock in. Okay? His north-south, not very good. His east-west, freaking awesome. So when you're in this, you should be moving laterally. In which direction? Towards my trail leg. That's way. If I'm here, you should be circling trail leg. Okay? Here's why. The coach circles towards my lead. And I only hip toss. He just loaded my hip toss. He just loaded my hip toss. He just loaded my arm spin. Every rotational throw was just loaded because of the direction. Now, he circles to my trail. You try catching up to hit a rotational throw when someone's moving towards your trail. It's really hard to do. Hit a single. Now he's here. He's trying to figure out how many loads he has, but it's going to take him a while. If you have kids that aren't very good and you just teach them nothing more than circle the trail leg, you will save their life in another 40 seconds. Okay? Because until that guy gets really pissed off and just blows through on a double, you're going to be in good shape. It stops high crotch, it stops head inside single. Okay? Late in the match, when you're winning, that guy's got a good low inside single, circle the trail. It will save you a lot of matches. I don't care what level you're at. So, we're going to circle trail. Here's why. If I stand over top, the coach is giving me a lead leg. I stand over top with the lead leg, lift me. It's one movement, okay? Lift me. See what he had to do? He has to change. Don't stand over a guy's lead leg. If you stand over top of my lead leg, I have everything I want. If you get over here, wrestle head up, all of a sudden now I got to get to where I want. I have to go to it. And we've already said that's not good wrestling. Having him come to you is good wrestling. So, stagger stance, 2-on-1 this time, into your best tie. Your best tie is a 2-on-1. I'll argue that with almost anybody. Okay? I would never, I never go anybody in strength. Everybody's bigger than me. Okay? I'm not going to attach myself to someone bigger than I am. This is a bad mistake. Okay? That'd be like me going over and underhooking coach. That's just stupid. Okay? I'm underhooking Jupiter, and I'm smaller than the moon. Okay? That's why there's gravity. So the deal is that what I want to do is, I don't want to take that here. How you play this game, I'm pretty strong. Okay? So we've shown 2-on-1 below the elbow, hip lower than his, hands below pec level. This hand here will go higher sometimes, but that's my trail hand. If you get thrown over here, you did something grossly wrong technically. Where you're going to get thrown is here. Okay? If you get thrown here, you should be able to cartwheel. Let's throw lead leg over lead arm. Okay? And that way you save yourself. So you got to develop that tool also. We'll talk about that. Here it is. All we want to do is don't stand over his lead leg, circle to his trail and try to get 2-on-1 on his trail. So in a perfect world, I go out and I shake. I've done my scouting, he's left leg lead. I'm going this way, and I'm trying to get 2-on-1 this side. Because now I got the best of every world that I know of. Okay? I'm not over his lead. Here's what we found out in high school, when I was coaching high school in Missouri. We spent 7 years getting lead hand. Okay? I came out here, I don't know, I was in my 40s, mid-40s or so, and it was Olympic camp, and I jumped in. And I got my ass kicked by a bunch of young guys. So the second day I was like, all right, I'm back to survival mode now. I'm not as good as I used to be. So now I just started taking their lead hand. Once I took their lead hand, I took away almost all their offense. So I took that back to my high school. And it worked great until we got to the state semifinals, quarterfinals. And then we lost 7 out of 9 matches. And when I went back with the tape on, we had the lead hand, we were stopping offense. This guy's got 45 wins. He knows how to clear wrist. The second he cleared the wrist, because he was pissed off, he shot. And we were standing over top of his lead leg. So I said, we gotta stop doing that. So then we started going trail. And then that stopped happening to us. They're gonna clear the wrist. Don't be standing over top of the lead leg. So I did all of that to tell you why we got to that point. So now, shake hands, fight below the elbow, circle towards the trail, teach that to your kids, go put flying lessons. Okay, 1, 2. And now he pushes into me, and I go to fight. And when I fight, he level changes and does a reach around. Right there. He keeps his wrist. He keeps the wrist. Keep it. Because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fight back out. And he's going to 2-on-1 me. Don't give away anything you take. Okay? And notice what he does at the end of this. You take ground. Because there's a moment here where he's got around me. Go. Now, I have to get out of here. So, if I try to get out, he takes ground with me, and as I turn, he takes more ground. No, don't lock it. Stay right there. Now take 3 more steps. Now, if you're in the middle, you're out by the zone now. Now the walkout comes on a 3-step run. And that's the tactics. If you want to watch something, master of that, 77 kilo backup, Russia. The backup was a world champion last year. Okay? Backup. Put the next guy in, he wins the world title. Okay. Close him off, face out. You're chirping, don't go see guys. They're all just push-out masters. And this is one of the things they do. But get to this 2-on-1 here. And now, I'm going to elevate it up, push it down, whatever. Now reach. Now fights out. Let's take a 2-on-1. Don't give away what you've earned. Okay? Play that real close. We'll turn.
You try to turn that.
Yeah, hey, listen, I'll get into that. I mean, you know, if you catch over the top of this hosel of the wrist, you can turn that down. That's awesome stuff. But I gotta tell you, anymore, I'm about getting a hold of it, staying below the elbow, and just being a dog on a bone, you know? And then, if it fights out, I mean, first of all, if he fights out of this, you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. If he rotates that out, this is open. If he rotates it in, from here and he rotates it in. Now right here I go spin. If he rotates it back the other way, I'm gonna drop right here and catch. Right here. Take him out of bounds. Okay? There is something always good to be had here. Keep that wrist. 1, 2,
No, you're fine. Not actually.